All right. So this is our Q&A with RA. Our first one.
Number one.
Number one.
Put my old man glasses on first.
Q&A with RA. This is going to be a fun new video kind of series. Not going to be a series so much as just like kind of an update that we do frequently. We're going to drop videos like this all the time. Sometimes we'll do them live. It'll be a lot of fun. But essentially, Richy and I talk to advisors all around the country all the time, kind of a unique perspective on what's working in the digital marketing space for financial advisors. And so we have taken the liberty of writing down a few questions on our handy dandy RA cards here that we've gotten, and we have not prepared each other for this. We've not read these questions to each other. These are questions that we've had, real legitimate questions that we've had in the last week and a half or 2 weeks from advisors when we're talking to them. Mine all came from advisors that are using our programs. I don't know, Rich, if yours are all that way as well. But in the future, I'm sure we'll have some that are questions from advisors that are thinking about using our programs.
Both of mine are that way. Both of mine are front end. They have not used us, and they're scoping us out questions.
Right. So. To be fair, I've received these questions from people on both sides of the coin, so to speak. So I'll just lead off if you want, Rich. I don't
know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed, but
I do notice that Rich is a big Christmas fan. He likes his mistletoe, which I can take or leave, but
may or may not see that in a video, or may or not have already seen that in a video.
Yeah, you might.
Good.
The mistletoe made a key appearance in one of our recent update videos. So if you haven't seen that one, check around on our Facebook page.
How do we know who goes first? I feel like we need to rock, paper, scissors or something.
Let's do that. Rock, paper, scissors.
Shoot, or do you just do rock, paper, scissors?
I do 1, 2, 3, and then so it's 1, 2, 3, and then go. So
we both did that.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
just winner takes.
Winner take. Yeah. One hit.
All right. Winner takes the question, or winner asks the question.
Winner gets to choose.
Okay. All right. Ready? All right.
Rock, paper,
okay.
scissors.
We already blew it.
Okay.
We already blew it.
All right. So rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper,
scissors,
shoot.
You win. Okay. You win. All
okay.
right.
All right. I win. Okay. I'm gonna fire my question to you first.
Okay.
Mr. Andrew Reese.
All right. This will be fun.
Okay. All right. This is honestly actually a pretty deep question. Yeah. So you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. All right. Question number 1. If my goal is to increase production next year, what program should I run?
Ooh. Yeah. If your goal is to increase production, my answer is almost always going to be seminars on that, because seminars have the fastest turnaround time in terms of presentation to writing business, in my opinion. Lead gen programs work really, really well, but they're much slower burners. They're ones where you're going to see the business, 3, 4, 5 months later. In most cases, seminars, on the other hand, you run a campaign for a couple of weeks, you give your presentation, you start meeting with people right away, and so you're able to start writing business much, much sooner. The other nice thing about seminars is if you consistently schedule them throughout the year, as with any digital marketing program, there's always no-shows, people that don't attend. You can always push those people to your next seminar, kind of recycling your marketing dollars, getting your most bang for your buck there. And you just keep riding that wave of momentum. You can also schedule them out far in advance, so you kind of have some consistency in your marketing. So I'd say that's, if you're going to try to increase your production next year, seminars are the way to go. I mean, I think if you polled, the top, 10% of producers nationwide, you will find one common denominator, probably 2 common denominators. Number 1 is seminars, and number 2 is probably like a referral type program, some sort of customer retention program. Those are the 2 types of things that we've seen historically increase production for advisors working with RA.
Yeah, nailed it. That's pretty much exactly what I said. There's really for me, it's like there's no hidden secret. You want to write business consistently, you run seminars.
Yeah, I would agree. There's no silver bullet. Not every seminar can be a home run, but if you do consistently we've said it for years. Anything you do consistently well will work consistently well, as long as it's a proven program, and our seminar programs are. So, I think you said it's a deep question. I think it's a pretty easy question in my mind. I mean,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just want to start it off with a good hitter, you know?
Give me a softball.
Yeah, dink. Like a nice little dink.
All right. Okay. So this is one that I got on a call with an advisor, and I want to preface this. This particular advisor was in the Los Angeles area, and his question for me was, how big will my marketing territory be?
Okay.
How big will my marketing territory
What
be?
about the other what about the other question? I only did one.
I got a flair for the dramatic, Rich.
Okay. Easy. Another dink, like an easy one.
Yeah.
So we will always. All right. What seminar was he running? You know, curious.
It was a dinner seminar, retirement planning. Dinner
Okay.
seminar.
So in that scenario, what we will always do is take the address of the restaurant and draw. I mean, I usually start with a 10-mile radius. Go ages 55 plus. That can all be massaged here and there, but really what we're looking for is like a key audience number, anywhere between 50 and 60,000 people. I'd say would be ideal. So if I'm in Los Angeles, though, there's a ton of people there. You're not going to travel 10 miles because 10 miles might take 2 hours. So in that scenario, I would probably go down to 5 miles if I had to guess. Stick with that same age group, and I would say Facebook's going to put us right in the money. So that's what I would say. 5 to 10 miles. Really, the whole thing is like you want that audience number. That's the key.
Right.
But then you wanted the shortest traveling distance. You don't want objections. You don't want people to say, it's too far, I'm not going, traffic sucks, like whatever, especially at dinner time. So keep it as small as possible with the greatest audience.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to him. I mean, it depends on where you are in the country. In his case, like you said, a 5-mile radius is probably going to do it. Someplace like rural Kansas, you might have to go out 20 miles to get that same audience. So that's
we rely on you guys for that too. Like,
yeah.
I don't know your area. I don't pick your venue. Certainly, we'll help out. If you shoot us a couple options, we can look it up and do it. But you got to tell me, people, are they willing to drive 50 miles or are they willing to drive 2 miles? We'll kind of massage it from there.
Yep.
Okay. Question number 2.
Hold on.
Okay.
You have 2 questions, right?
2.
I have 3. So I'm going to follow up my question with another one that was from that same advisor and is pertinent, germane, if you will, throwing out a big word, germane to the conversation about territory.
I thought that was his name. I didn't know. I didn't know that was okay. All right. Googling Germain. Okay.
No, that's not his name.
Okay.
Can you exclude certain zip codes or areas in these campaigns, or are we just getting a radius?
Yeah, now I know why you threw it in. It's right out. It's basically, it's the same. I'm doing that next time. It pretty much follows the same logic. It's all about those numbers. So absolutely. I mean, if there's 2 people in your backyard, can I exclude one of them? Yeah. Would we want to? Probably not. But if there's 100,000 people and you say, look, this zip code is proven to be bad. I don't want this thing. I don't want this city, whatever it is. Absolutely, shoot those over. We can suppress that area. So in that case, it would still look probably like a radius. And we have people that give us zip codes. If you want to give us 30 zip codes, we can probably do that. But yeah, if you want to give us, it would probably look like a radius, and we'll just exclude zips inside there and make sure the audience numbers still work. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly how I answered it. It really depends on your market, and but if you again, like Richie said, you know your market better than we do. So if you know, hey, this part of town is lower income, doesn't really meet the targeting criteria we want, let's exclude it. We're happy to do it. I mean, if it doesn't make our campaign impossible to run for you, and if it does, we'll tell you. That's the way it rolls.
Who designed these cards? That is money. Little.
You know who designed that?
Who? Mr. Andrew Reese.
That's right. That was.
Okay, follow-up question number 2 for you. What makes you different from your competition? We get that question all the time.
Yep.
All the time. So in talking about a digital marketing firm who helps financial advisors with seminars or lead gen, what makes Aria different?
Well, first of all, we throw our question cards. That's what makes us different. First of all, I want to point out that we have a good relationship with a lot of our competitors. I'm not gonna answer this question by throwing anybody under the bus. We have a great relationship with a lot of our competitors.
Classy. I like it.
It's I think that there are some things that make us different, and I am definitely biased and make those those things make us better a lot of times too. But the number one thing, and if you're watching this video, you've already seen it. There's an R right here. There's an A right here. Up here there's an R. There's an A. Our company name is RA Marketing. That's Richy and Andrew. We put our names on the company because we want you to know who's responsible for your campaigns. If you have a problem or if you have a success, we want to know that stuff. We want you to communicate with us. Certainly there's our team behind us that support all of our advisors and work closely with us in those relationships. But we take a great deal of pride in making sure that our communication and our customer service is on point. And I think is our creative head and shoulders better than our competitors? I think it is. I think we do have better creative. I think our copy is as strong or stronger. I think the systems and the processes and the technology that we use and leverage are as strong or stronger than all of our competitors. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, if we boil it all down, a lot of us are using a lot of the same tools, a lot of the same strategies and tactics. What makes us different, what really makes us stand apart, is that we have incredible customer service. Richy and I are on the front lines, answering questions, dealing with problems if they come up. And we take ownership when there's issues, and ownership when there's success, quite frankly, and that's more often than not. So I think that's probably the number one differentiator. One of the other things that I don't know if any of our competitors are doing it now, they may be, but I know something that has made us stand apart in past conversations is our guarantee. We like to offer that on the first several campaigns for our advisors. Just kind of put your mind at ease. I mean, if you've never run a digital marketing campaign before, maybe you're a little bit intimidated by the idea. Well, we put our money where our mouth is, and we guarantee that we will get a certain number of registrations for every campaign that we sell in your market. So I think that's a differentiator for sure. And I'd say those are the two big things, really. The service that we provide, and I know everybody says that, oh, our service is great, but we're not hiding behind any brands. We put our name on the company for a reason. It wasn't arbitrary. We wanted people to know, hey, this is when you're working with RA, you're working with R&A. And on top of that, we also have our guarantees, which I think is pretty strong.
Dude, let me add in on that. Let me answer some of my own question, because I actually didn't realize this as much of a differentiator until recently, and I had a couple conversations about it. But this is a picture I took this morning. If I can get it to focus. Check that out, man. That's my backyard.
Nice and cold and snowy out there.
Dude, it's cold and it's snowy. The reason I'm showing that, though, first of all, it's awesome. I love that view. I can't get enough of that view. And second of all, we're remote first. So I think that's pretty cool. And the reason I think that makes us different is because people are like, oh man, you guys are, you work remotely, everybody, like nobody's in an office. And that's sort of that old school mentality that we don't have. I mean, we really embrace technology. We work in this format. So the way that you see Andrew and I right now, we're both on video. That's how the entire team works all day long. We're all on video. But it's actually a huge benefit, because if somebody calls in and they're talking to Paul or Bree or Ethan or somebody, they're talking to those guys. If they have a question, they put them on mute. Hey, Andrew, Richy, bam, we answer it. Bam, it's live. It's like instantaneous.
Yeah.
So it's actually, I think, really, really quick. We get really, really quick response times. And just good team cohesion. You guys are doing a lunch today, right? You're going out?
Yeah.
I'll just eat by myself here, I guess. What are you guys?
Yeah. Let's go. Say that opens up the question. Well, where is everybody? Most everybody is in Indianapolis area. Richy is still the one hanger on in the Denver, Colorado.
I can't let that view go. I just don't know.
I am jealous of that view. But yeah, like Richy said, I mean, that remote first is, you might think of that as, well, how's that benefit me? Richy just illustrated it's exactly those things. It's the fact that we can respond dynamically, and the fact that we're able to, frankly, this is a business insight, keeps our overhead down so we can hire quality employees who are happier in their job and more satisfied, and as a result work harder on our behalf and your behalf. So I mean, there's a lot of studies that have gone into remote employees being happier, and I think that's true. I mean, I had a conversation with one of our guys last week when I was over at his house shooting some other video. And he's like, man, I love this. This is so much better than working in an office. I mean, there's just times we get together as a team because it's valuable to bond and build that
camaraderie.
The camaraderie. But And I don't know of a better group of people to spend all day with on camera. And it's a unique setup, but it works really, really well. And man,
So good.
I
It's the
can't
little
imagine
things.
going back to being all under one roof. And I mean, there's benefits to that, of course, but I think the benefits of this far outweigh those. And we
I
just
mean,
really enjoy it.
once I'm forced against my will to move to Indiana because of RA and because of my in-laws and my wife, it's on the wall. I'm moving there. Just don't know when. But once I do that, I mean, yeah, we'll stick to this, and then if we want to have a collaboration meeting, we'll just rent a space and we'll do it, or we'll go to your house or whatever. I mean, it's cool.
We'll make it work. It's been cool. I think it's good. It's a healthy way for our team to function, and has enabled us to grow faster. You know, I think we can scale at a faster rate doing
I think the only problem, man, with working from home are these bad boys. I go through like a pair of Uggs like every 3 months. I gotta buy a new pair because I don't like not wearing shoes. It makes me feel like I'm not ready, you know. So I gotta have shoes.
I wear tennies all day because I
Tennis shoes,
have. You may notice I'm not exactly the most fit individual, and we both have standing. Well, actually, everybody has a standing desk.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
That's another thing we did. Everybody's
Yep.
got a standing desk, good, nice setup.
Yep. Good energy, but I stand a lot, so if I'm not in supportive shoes, my feet start to hurt. So I'm kind of a baby that way.
Yep.
All right, last question, and we will wrap
there's
this
another
up.
one. I thought we
There's
were
one
okay.
left.
Okay.
No. I got 3. See, I'm an overachiever. You told me 2. I did 3.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's getting more done here.
Okay.
So, this is also a targeting question. These were actually not 2 of these were from the same individual. One was from a different person. This person I think was in where was she? New Hampshire, I think. At any rate, doesn't matter. Immaterial. Do you target certain ages, and can I be specific in the ages that I target, and what are those ages generally speaking?
Okay. Nice. Every time.
Every time.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'd say the rule of thumb is 55 plus. I mean, I think almost everything, Social Security, retirement planning, anything, taxes, all of that fits into that group.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna try to do some like RMD type conversations, you know, maybe we go 60 plus and leave out the 55-year-olds. They're not gonna care about that. Stuff like that. But I mean, it's the same thing. 55 plus, draw that radius, see what we've got, and then we're looking at topics. We're looking at strategy, and then maybe, like I said, actually, was it Boston? I think it was Boston. It was Social Security educational seminars at a library, plus income planning, of course, at a library, and we started with 55 plus, which some advisors love a 55-year-old. Like, I know that, you know, technically they can't take their money and that kind of stuff yet, and they're a little bit early on at that point. But some of them love it, and they love that long-term client that they're going to get out of it. Some of them hate it, though. They want like that 62-year-old they can write business on right now and make a difference and whatever. This advisor was one of those. He didn't want a 55-year-old, so he's like, let's raise it up. Let's go. Maybe we go an extra mile in the radius, but we raise the age up. So we went, I think it was 62 to 65 or something like that, or 64. It's pretty tight. So we could do that if there's enough people. We'll certainly go sharper. But traditionally, nationwide, on average, it's just going to be a 55 plus market. Maybe stop at 64. One of the limitations now I'm snowballing. One of the limitations on Facebook is you can only target ages 13 to 64 individually, and then after that it's just 65 plus. So if a 90-year-old is on Facebook, technically they could see your ad. That's where you have to be an ad copy ninja like Andrew, and be that master where a 90-year-old won't respond to your ad because it makes no sense for them to. So you do some of that, but yeah. Does that answer it?
Yeah, I think so. The reason I picked those 3 questions in particular is because of a kind of a separate conversation I had where I think all of those questions were asked by one individual, a third person. We get those questions a lot. In case
there's a ton of those.
I've heard from some of our clients and potential clients that, you know, they've worked with other digital marketing firms, and they don't really have a lot of control over what that firm does with the targeting. And certainly we have our best practices that we kind of, like Richy said, we kind of start at the baseline and go from there. That's how we approach it every time. We don't necessarily say you have to do this exact targeting or we won't work with you. We say, okay, this is where we start. How can we make your program better for you? We'll give you guidance, but like Richie said, like if you say I don't want to talk to anybody that's under the age of 57. Okay, cool. Well, we'll make it 57 to 65 plus or 64 or whatever it might be. But what we'll do is we'll look at your market with you and say, okay, here's what we're looking at from a general market, kind of our normal recommendation, and what you're requesting does this to the numbers, and as a result, this could be the impact. So we have those very direct, succinct, and transparent conversations with our advisors before we say yes or no. Mostly just keep them informed, and cause you know your business and you're proud of your business and what you've developed. We don't want you to run something that's not going to work for you. I don't want to get you a room full of 55 to 59-year-olds if you flatly refuse to work with somebody that's under the age of 60. So we take those things into consideration. Everything is customizable in that. But we'll guide you along the way and say, hey, your market's really too small. You really need to keep the net relatively broad, or you got a huge market. We can kind of do whatever you want. You want to market to only women? Sure. You want to market to only people that are over the age of 60? Fine. We just take all those things into consideration when we're building your campaign and setting up kind of the template for you as we go forward.
I think we're about to run out of our recording time. What is it? 29 minutes?
I think so. I don't know.
21, 22. So a couple things before we go. YouTube. Go to YouTube, subscribe. We have a brand new RI channel. We're going to be throwing this stuff up there. We do vlogs where you can get to know us on a personal level. Yep. We do shortcuts where it's just like 2-minute, 3-minute kind of tips and tricks or whatever it is, advice. Yep. Q&As. Go there, subscribe. And then I don't know when we're going to release this. We'll have to, whatever Ethan does. I have no clue. Next week, week after. But yeah, if it's still in 2019, watch The Happening Now.
Yep.
Take advantage of the Christmas end of year promo. 10% off 2 programs. You can run those next year. What else? What am I missing?
Make sure you get your first 2 campaigns scheduled, because there's that tip of that best practice of people that don't show up or cancel because they can't come for one reason or another to your next campaign. Yeah, make sure you have another one scheduled for to push them towards, because you want to recycle those marketing dollars.
Yeah, we keep. Man, I'm going to save that one. I got my question for next round already, because I get that a ton of times. Like, what about the 45% that didn't show up? Well, we got you.
Yeah, we got you on that one. Guys, this has been fun. We're going to try to do these often because this is a fun format for us. As you can tell, Richie and I really enjoy kind of just chatting with each other, bouncing questions off each other, trying to trip each other up. One of the things I think we're really strong at, frankly, is kind of these Q&As. This is when we've spoken at events or we've spoken on webinars and things like this. Is my favorite part, is just kind of bouncing things back and forth, talking about what we do and how we help folks. So we're going to do these Q&As often, so be on the lookout for them. I don't think we're going to put these on our YouTube channel. I think these are going to be exclusive to our Facebook and maybe Instagram. So if you're looking for this content, again, be sure to check out Facebook. But like Rich said, we're dropping all kinds of content on the YouTube channel. Some of it's a lot of fun. Some of it's really, really helpful. All of it's helpful. Some of it's more entertaining than business focused. But we're trying to keep that stuff fresh and relevant to you. And we'd love for you to join us over there. Check out some of the videos we're dropping there all the time. And be on the lookout for more stuff from RA real soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching. Go get that business. Is that a high five or a thumbs up? Which way?
I don't know. I was doing a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Pound
Go
it.
get it.